Well, good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. And do I get to take a bow for these crazy trades these last few days? We had one wrong call, and of course, a lot of you people went crazy on me. One wrong call, and that's it. And Omni goes right back into its winning ways. Go Omni, viva la Omni. Now, with that in mind, that was yesterday's trading. Tomorrow, we got to get it right again. Head down, nose to the grindstone, on to the next trade. So what are we going to do about that? For trading on August 18th, which is a Friday, 2023, we've got a red Omni. Once again, we expect the market to go lower, but you've got to put your stops in if you're going to trade. Just because we were right today, if we were wrong, it would have been very expensive without stops. You put your stops in first before you get into a trade. This way the stop knocks you out when you're wrong, and you live to fight another day. Make sure you do that. Let's get moving. For trading on the 18th of August, 2023, we've got a couple of topics on the board. One, the NASDAQ, the OMNI S&P, the Russell 2000 are all breaching technical support on charts. You've seen that in video after video. It's still continuing. The Omni's red for trading on Friday. That means we're going to sell rallies, get out when we can, and let the market do what it does, make our money if we can, and sidestep like we do every day. Number two on the board, I have Omni projections in the Dow, baby. I'm going to show them to you now. Well, not right now, but during the chart segment. But we've got projections in the Dow for the downside. And number three on the board, everyone calm the hell down. It's not so scary out there. I'm getting letters, I'm getting emails, I'm getting phone calls, even friends of mine that don't even trade that often and have 401ks. They're all contacting me. In fact, I printed a couple of the last ones because I thought I'd read them to you. They're quick. Well, I'll just read the substance. Oscar, this looks very much like 2008 all over again. Are we in another 2008 style crash? Oscar, is this a Black Swan event? Is this Black Swan Friday? Oscar, I told you this would be a down year. How about that?
Oh, no.
Oscar, I told you this would be a down year, this guy writes to me. Now, I have to tell you, yes, we've been coming down a little bit in the markets. The Omni was right there to tell you it was going to come down right when it started, right? We've been selling rallies now. I've also said that this is nothing more than a pullback. And it's a late summer pullback, and it's a reset to let fund managers get back on the right side of the markets. And it started to pull back, and now the panic is starting. Everyone calm the hell down. We talked about the pullback coming. Now we're getting a pullback. What makes this 2008? What makes this a derivatives crash? What makes this banks failing? It's not 2008, kids. Now, if it turns into more than just a summer pullback, we'll be the first ones to let you know. But I am telling you, calm down right now. It's not so scary. The charts will prove that to you, and I will show them to you in just a moment. So easy, kids. Yes, we're going to go short again for Thursday night into Friday. It's not the worst chart I've ever seen in my life. Short term, yes, looks scary. We're sellers of rallies. Longer term, not so scary looking. So I'm going to be the voice of reason for you in this video. I'm going to calm you guys down. And one thing I will tell you, in plain English, when the shit hits the fan, there is no better than Omni. Ask anybody who's ever been around Omni when the markets get volatile like this. You need to be with me. The Omni locks right in and points get made. So remember, yes, we're breaking, however you want to call it, technical support on the short-term daily charts, absolutely, and we're going to sell rallies. But I've got some projections on the downside that may be a spot where the market finds its legs finally. And everyone calm down. Just calm down. I promise I will talk you down, man. When we're done with this chart segment, I promise you will feel better about what's going on in the stock market. So just wanted to mention that to you. Make sure your stop's going first. And then there's this. One-on-one with Oscar. Omni camps are one-on-one. If you'd like to be with me in a one-on-one session, if you're someone that doesn't want to be in a crowd of 6 or 8 students that are working with you, well, then you can work with me one-on-one. I will teach OmniCamp to you on a one-on-one basis. Just call 702-629-4755. Let me know you'd like to meet me, or Go to www.omnibootcamp.com and fill out your OmniCamp application. Tell me about yourself. Tell me where you live, what you'd like to do. Maybe I'll come to your city and we'll do the OmniCamp where you live. Make sure you contact me again, 702-629-4755. Go to omnibootcamp.com to fill out an application, or just hang out with me in my live trading room. I am there every single day. Now, traders, when I send out trading signals in my live trading room, you know, you guys don't see them, right? I send them out secretly. We do trading all day long. But in the trading room, I don't just blast out our trades in the trading room. Why? It's a public trading room. I don't know who's sitting in there. So if you're getting Omni signals, or if you show up in my trading room and you don't see trading, believe me, it's going on like crazy. Just you're not going to see where I'm getting in or getting out unless you're part of the Omni Platinum subscription, because why would I just show my trades to the world for no reason? It's like asking me to sit down at a card table and show my hand to everyone, even though no one else has to show theirs. I've been doing this 43 years almost. I grew up on the trading floor. That's never going to happen. I'm very coy with my trades. I'm very careful, and I make sure the world doesn't see what I'm doing. If you come to my trading room and you think there's no trading going on, just check with me. Believe me, there is. All right, traders, now with no further ado, if you do come to my live trading room, there are no credit cards needed. Just hang out with me. It's where I spend my life. With no further ado, I've got some projections for you. I want to show you some charts, but I want to say this to you first, and then we'll look at those charts. Remember, keep your emotions out of this game. It's the worst thing that you can do is set up a good trading plan and then throw your emotions at your actions the next day. We plan a trade and we trade the plan. I will teach that to you at OmniCamp, and I will help you with your own plan if you hang out with me in my live trading room. All right, traders, remember, keep your emotions out of trading by saying this to yourselves over and over again. Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. I will see you at livewithoscar.com. Wow, that was so much wind. It was almost like Hurricane Hillary. Okay, traders, the NASDAQ daily bar chart has been, well, used to be in a nice bullish channel, has been in this not so nice bearish channel since crude ever got above 77, right? It started almost immediately a couple of days later. So now we're in a bearish channel, but we've breached the bottom of that channel as of the close on Thursday. Maybe we're heading now down to the 100 bar, but certainly we're going to sell rallies in the NASDAQ for trading on Friday. E-mini S&P, same thing after holding this line in the average. Gets to the average and the line does not hold. It breaches and it's in this channel, right? The one now coming this way was in the big blue channel. Started to come down here and now we've breached. Look, this is where we are. We've completely breached that channel. More downward pressure for Friday. And ES, the same chart. Just remember the simple chart I keep showing everybody. Channel up, crude gets too expensive, 2 days later the top goes in, channel down, very simple. Well, we've breached that as well. Look, we're all the way down here. So I'm expecting to get some short fills for trading, even the S&P, NASDAQ, or Russell. Here is your Russell. Now look at this. Remember how it did really well holding this average and this trend line? And this trend line worked here. We hoped the trend line would work there, but it broke the average and the trend line. Well, down to this average. This is a much shorter term average here, down to the 100 bar, which it usually holds. We have just hit it as of Thursday. We're under it. And I don't know that it's going to hold this time because that's a pretty ugly break. So, was a perfect hold last time? I don't know that it's going to be a perfect hold this time. It had the strength of a trend line last time it hit there. Now it's just hitting the average without a trend line. So I don't know it's got strength to hold on Friday. And then there's this. Traders, here's where I'm going to calm everybody down. Just calm down. Do you know why? The all-time highs we've ever traded ever in the Dow is here. We are here. we are this far from the all-time highs. This is nowhere near the all-time lows. It's just the COVID lows. We're this far from the COVID lows, right? We're only this far from the highs right now. It is not a big deal. In fact, with this chart, I think what I'm going to do is tell you this. We've got about 6 to 8 more days, trading days of downside, or the 34,000 area in Dow Jones. We're going to drop to somewhere near the 34,000 area, or we're going to drop for 6 to 8 more days, and then it's likely going to find its legs, whichever comes first. Either this number, or we get through another 6 to 8 days of downside. I think it's more about the number, so I'm not so sure about the days. I think 34,000 will find some support. Let's give or take, plus or minus, let's call it 100, 150 points, something like that. Maybe it doesn't get quite to 34,000 on the way down. Maybe it breaks down below it a little. So we'll give it plus minus 100 points, 150 points, whatever you think. But there you should find some support, kids. That is my projection. I've used a lot of analysis to come up with that, and I think we're going to end up there. Looks like the market could find more days, 6 to 8 days downside, or drop quickly down to the 34,000 area. And I said, give or take that 100 to 150 points. Maybe you get to 33,850 or 34,150. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in this area, I think the Dow is going to find its legs. If it breaks that, of course, we'll make new projections. That's the projection for now, and I think we should have no trouble getting there. Then we'll see if the legs come in. Traders, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you join me at livewithoscar.com. I will see you in my live trading room.